Tonight, we're going to talk about Dr. Umar Johnson's interview on The Breakfast Club. First, I'd like for you to subscribe to this channel and hit that like button. Brother Umar Johnson was on fire on The Breakfast Club. We all know about Umar Johnson's past with this school and him not producing a school over 10 years. But when he spoke on The Breakfast Club, he told the truth. He went in on Joe Biden. He went in on the Asian hate crime bill. He went in on interracial marriage. He went in on the school system that labels our kids as special ed, having attention deficit disorder. Umar Johnson probably had his finest hour when it came to this interview on The Breakfast Club. When he spoke about us not getting anything in the first 100 days of Joe Biden, this was totally the truth. We seen the Biden administration in the first 100 days do something black people have never gotten from this government. They passed an Asian hate crime bill, and it passed the Senate 96-1, and Joe Biden will soon be signing that bill. When he talked about the Emmett Till and lynching bills, how many of them have come before the Congress and have never, I repeat, never been passed through the House and Senate and put on the president's desk? That shows you where the mindset of this government is. He spoke about the first day Joe Biden signing a bill that was for transgender protection, but he didn't sign a bill that was for black people having protection against the police. He didn't sign a bill okaying reparations for black people across this nation. But he proceeded to give trinkets to people who did not vote for him. And we also know about the $32.1 billion that was allocated to Native Americans across this nation, but nothing individually was given to ADOS and FBA. And he also gave a sterling speech when he spoke about our kids being put in special education, which you can see all across the nation, because that's big money in public education across this nation. You know that they receive more money for special education than they do for a regular student. So public schools are putting more and more African American females and males in special education. And the one key point that he did give us, he said there's 13 different ways that they can put you on special education, but he gave the typical 4 that they use against black males especially. And those 4 have to do with behavioral problems, which could be them being a little bit more energetic at an early age, someone that white teacher can't deal with. And he showed African American parents how to deal with the educational system that may label your child special needs. He gave you the documentation that you can put in front of these teachers to say, I don't want my child in special education. I don't want my child taking serious drugs like Ritalin and other drugs they put our children on and basically destroy them for the rest of their lives. Umar Johnson put everything on the table when it came to this interview. But my thing is, Everyone was nodding at what Umar Johnson did. But the same Breakfast Club will put on members of the Biden administration, members of the Democrat Party, who will basically keep us on the same plantation. They will keep us sitting at the little kids' table, getting the scraps, while the Asians, the Native Americans, the Hispanics eat at the big table, while our politicians, so-called Congressional Black Caucus, deliver nothing to us but a commission to study reparations when we already have the answers, because we spent 400 years in slavery and Jim Crow. So there's nothing to study other than them giving us our reparations. But Joe Biden hasn't signed anything for reparations. This is what you get when you demand nothing for your vote. You get a flood of illegal immigrants coming into the country, coming to your major cities, taking dollars away from your children. You get everybody getting paid in these first 2 years, because you know, since the census has come out and more blue states are losing congressional representatives, that means more likely the Republicans will take over the House. And once they take over the House, there is no way in hell you're going to get anything passed when it comes to reparations in America. That's why the first 2 years of any administration, the first 100 to 200 days are the most important days, because right now, with Joe Biden controlling the presidency, the House, and the Senate, he can force his legislation through. But once it's over in 2 years, they're planning for the next election, and they're going to tell black people once again, which they said when Obama was president, wait till his second term. And we still receive nothing. Umar Johnson put everything on the table. We know that he has his flaws. We know about the school and the money. But when the brother speaks about these issues, he tells the truth. He brought the fire. And many people will have to understand that everyone is not perfect. And we can be still critical and ask him about the schools. But damn it, this interview, he told the truth, man. He gave it everything. Everything when he talked about interracial marriages, he spoke the truth. And we have to understand that we as black people have to demand something from this government. We just can't let years go by while everyone gets fat and we get nothing. I want to thank you for listening to BLACKSITE. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.